the elite, then I'll get 50% of my original package back. So I'll get 750 in my example back to me. So now I've got a massive discount off of launching my business, which is insane. So, and then the fun part begins when you start to duplicate. When we start to build the people, we start to build the leadership where people are empowered and they're starting to now go to the next level. And now you're building a team. First, it's just you and a couple members, and then those members now have their own members. Now, welcome to being a network marketer. And I'll tell you this statistic that about 70 to 80% of new network marketers that join any network marketing company, 70 to 80%, they sponsor and enroll 0 people. 0. Most companies. And then if you've enrolled 2 to 5 people ever, then you're considered in the top 10% of network marketer professionals. So it doesn't take a lot to become a network marketing professional. It's just using the system. So if you've got 4 or 5 people that you personally connected, you're now in the top tier of network marketing. Because the power of network marketing is not necessarily me doing all the work. Is if I'm bringing in 4 or 5 people, helping those 4 or 5 people do the exact same thing. So maybe just teaching the momentum bonus, saying, hey, your focus is get in, get the momentum bonus, you're collecting the direct rewards, and then help your team do the same. And once you do that, now we're talking team commissions. Because in our structure, you have 2 teams. So I have my left team and I have my right team. So now as my teams are growing, now I'm going to be able to earn a commission off of everything happening in my organization. So in this case, it's looking at the lesser leg. So I have 2 teams. The system will look which leg has the least amount of volume, and then it takes 10% of that and it pays it out to the upline. So in this example, say I've got a big organization. I've got one team that's got 120,000 points, working together with my upline, and then I'm building my side, and here I've got 65,000. So in this example, it'd be 6,500 in commissions, in rewards. So this is truly where now you're going from a part-time networker, you're moving into full-time. So as people are connecting, now it's becoming a real income because now you're leveraging your time. Imagine you have 1,000 people in your team, 2,000, 5,000 people putting in 1% effort versus you putting in 100% of your own effort. You'll always win with leverage. So that is the team commissions. So again, I'm talking a lot, but it's very simple. 7% on anyone that you personally introduce to United One. If you do it really quickly and you get 5 with the pack that you came in or higher, you're going to get half of your money back from your package. And then if you help your team do the same, help them even hit the momentum bonus, you will naturally start having team commissions and you're going to be getting 10% on your smaller leg. So next, whoops. So this is basically a snapshot that covers the other two the other 2 mechanics. And again, as I mentioned, these ones are really once you start to build, you'll start to learn. One is the team, the matching bonus. So as you're hitting diamond and above, so a diamond, you're looking at a 200,000 lesser leg business. That's a significant business, right? You're definitely a full-time professional, top tier leadership to be a diamond in any company. And then at that point, you're going to be starting to matching bonus off of your generations. So the more leadership you build, the more you're going to be able to match percentages off of your team. So an additional layer, a leadership layer. And then the last component of the rewards is the rank rewards. So imagine if you get a promotion at work, you get another job, you get a raise, but imagine here, not only are you getting a raise through the weekly caps and activating more of the rewards plan, but it's really exciting. You get a one-time rank reward, and that starts at bronze. So if you or your team hits bronze, that's an additional 500, and then if you go silver, 1,000, all the way to grand ambassador, another 450,000, almost half a million. So just by rank advancing, in this case to the very top rank, you're collecting another $750,000 on top of all the other commissions, on top of all the other ways to earn that I mentioned. So that's simple. 5 ways to earn: direct commissions or direct bonus, the momentum bonus, and then you got your team. And as you grow in the ranks, you're going to be starting to catch some of those rank rewards. And as you build more in leadership, you're going to start to activate the matching bonus. So that is the simplicity, and all of that is the 60%, and that 60% is then with the 100% of my commission, 70% of that is instant cash payout instantly to my wallet. The other 30% is really, really important. This is especially in our digital world. This is what keeps the ecosystem and the platform and the company really, really strong. So then the other 30% goes into a club account. And this can be spent on products and services within United One membership fee. What that means is you'll be able to put that towards buying more fractions, um, you know, potentially topping up different things. So you'll be able to purchase, and as more products come in, you'll be able now to participate in the products. So for me, I love it. I'll get my instant cash from building the team, and I got my club balance. Really, I'll be just rolling it over into fractions. So I've got my long-term wealth plan. So, so it's very, very simple. So those that want to build a business, that are in network marketing and United want to make money, again, never been more simple. Again, imagine starting a business right now. Very, very expensive, massive, massive risk. Even to get a URL, you could be spending hundreds of dollars just on getting a website and then setting up the email, getting the company license, setting up the payment systems, getting distribution, working on advertising. All of this is really, really expensive and usually a huge barrier for anyone to be independent, to launch their own business. And we offer it so simple. On my phone, I simply create a United One account. I access whichever product package I want, depending how serious my goals are. And then I start to just invite people to solutions and start inviting people to calls such as this. So that is how simple it is. And that is, I would say, one of our most valuable and important products. So let me see if we're back here. All right. So now let's talk about making it even more exciting. So we just went through the compensation plan. So I want everyone to really, really understand this. So this is the second tier of our promotion. First tier, the packs are just absolutely incredible. I mean, they've got thousands of dollars of additional value to our customers. Amazing. So it's going to make it much easier and more simple to get people to connect. And now for the builders. So the the second part, the 1-2 punch. Now for those that are building, because it's easier to get people to connect. Now is we've got some urgency, we've got a great opportunity. Now you're going to start to see your team start flying through the ranks. So what for this promotion for the next 30 days, you can see here, before there were no rank rewards up until bronze, right? You had to hit bronze to start getting a taste of the rank rewards. So here for the next 30 days, every single rank is going to have a rank rewards. So for a star, so say somebody comes in on a builder pack on each side, I'm instantly a star. That's going to be another extra 25 one-time USDT bonus. Amazing. For doing the same thing I'd be doing last month, I'm going to make an extra 25 USDT. The builder is going to make a 50, elite builder 100. Anybody that's going to go champion is going to get an extra 200 USDT bonus. So this is absolutely incredible. It's understanding people's incentives. People want to make money with United One. They want to make money with the products. So right now, it couldn't be a better time because we've got maximum products available, and we've got the maximum. We're adding additional rewards into the compensation plan. So my goal would be is to help my members hit as many of these ranks as possible. That's an extra, what is that, 375 USDT. So that's for all of the brand new, kind of the entry level ranks, which I would say this tier is probably the most important people in your network. So let's help them get to these bonuses, and reward them and appreciate them. And now we have also, once you're bronze and above, it doesn't stop there. So now it's adding another extra 50% more to the rank bonuses for bronze and below. So a couple examples. So maybe I'm already a champion, right? And I'm close to going bronze. So for the next 30 days, if I rank advance to bronze, instead of 500 USDT I would have got last month, now I'm going to get 750. For doing the exact same thing, I'm getting 50% more, right? And really the way it's designed is my whole focus is to help my people get to star, get to builder. I want to get as many of my people to champion, because if more people you help hit their ranks, it's inevitable. You can't stop it. You will absolutely rank advance. So now you can see all these ranks instead of a silver at 1,000, 1,500. And now let's look at kind of that first major leadership role in most companies, the diamond level. So if we got some people that are gold, they're pushing to diamond. Before it was 3,000, now it's 4,500. So in essence, you're going from 7,000, 750,000 potential rank rewards for these higher ranks. Now it's bumped up to 1.1 million. So you never know. Is it easy? It is absolutely not easy. I mean, any networker that's on this call, I have so much respect. If anybody's had, businesses, Black Diamond and above of 1 million people plus, I mean, that puts you in the top of any company in the world. And here to go Black Diamond, imagine that, another 22,000. So the point of that is, again, never been a better time to start to accelerate. So things are in place. The products are absolutely working. The support is there. The marketing team is incredible. They're turning out everything, tutorials, videos, explainers. So it's super simple. So, check out our YouTube. Well, let me go to the next one. Check out our YouTube. And again, we want to keep this very simple, because we don't want to have people go into information paralysis. We want them to go into action. So what are some of the building mechanics? And this is very simple. And again, I'm taking an approach. I worked for two multiple billion-dollar product companies, right? And they all had this same exact philosophy. Again, it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about really, I would say, going into fundamentals, because a lot of people, they mistake complexity for progress. But in reality, the more simple something is, the smarter and more intelligent it is. So here's our simple flow. Step one, use the products, use the system. So what does that mean? Help your team come in, or maybe yourself, activate Unicapay. Again, get it activated, get your card, go through the KYC process, make sure everything's registered, top up your card. These are the exact same things I went through. When I first got to United One, I got the Unicapay card. I did the KYC, I topped it up, put in $20, $30 to see how it's working. And now I'm using it. So step two will be share. So imagine I came in and I got my Unicapay card. I set up my first fraction. I'm seeing my BTC rolling in every 4 hours. Now I can simply share that. I would share people those tools. I would share what I'm using. I'm sharing the results of my BTC that I'm accumulating every single day. I can share my Monero results, how simple it was to create a workflow, or making some profits. Again, no promises, no ROI. We're just showing people what you're doing, what you're using, and you share with people, and this is how we begin to grow. Because then all you're doing is, you're not selling anything. We're not selling products. We're sharing solutions. We're sharing infrastructure. We're sharing systems that they can plug into and earn many different ways, and also empower themselves and start to build the community. So, and I would say the most important thing, it's not those that, many times people come into our business, and it's very, very common. Just like with anything new, a new relationship, you've got that honeymoon, period, where everything's exciting, everybody you're talking to, you're just on fire, and then after, a couple weeks, then it's just back to nothing. Nothing works, everything is the worst, pretty typical. So kind of that burnout phase. So really the key is, it's not to run hard, it's to be consistent. It's just consistency. Every day I'm going to commit to doing this. Every day I'm going to commit to contacting, 3, 4 new people. Every day I'm going to follow up with 1 to 2 people I contacted the day before. Every day, I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to use one of the new tools. I'm going to do a new module. So it's just staying consistent. And that is what duplicates. It's consistency is what duplicates, not hustle, not grit, not working hard, not the grind. It's systems. So again, So this is ultimately the secret sauce. This is the formula to build the team. Like I mentioned, step one, use. Use the products. Get comfortable with the products. Again, see the value, start to build your belief. And again, we need to be using the products that we are promoting. And step two is share. You can literally just demo the products, just like we do on these calls. Every Super Tuesday, we're just demoing a different product. Today, we're doing the rewards plan. And I would demo it. I could just pull up my Unica Pay app and I can just show them. I can say, hey, look, I just bought some gas the other day. Look, I just exchanged some crypto. Look, I can use my my Bitcoin, to buy groceries. Use and share and demo the product. I could just share my Monero and say, hey, I came in and knew nothing about crypto, never bought a single token in my life, and now look, I've got 5 different workflows, and look at the results I'm getting. It's so easy. Would you be interested? Is that something you would be interested in? So use the products, simply demo you using the products, demo your results, and then start to help people grow. Start to help getting people onboarded properly, right? And that is by getting them onboarded and then helping them start to activate the tools. So immediately, and then we jump into the hardest part that separates the amateur from the professional, and that is repetition, right? Just like a musician, you got to play that instrument every single day to get better and better and better, and it becomes more enjoyable. You get more efficient, and this is now how you build a network. This is how you build a community. So this is a strategy with United One. And again, you can see here, it's nothing to do with selling anything, right? It's us understanding the value, demonstrating the value, helping people grow, and then repeating. Because consistency activates, the rewards will follow. So again, so what are we helping people ultimately do? We're helping them position themselves, right? We're giving them a plan. We're offering them multiple strategies and a community and an infrastructure and a payment model, an incentive model, everything in one place. So, as we talk about in our presentation, the systems are broken. So, we are giving people an opportunity to get a position out of a broken system into one of the biggest opportunities we've ever seen in our lives, and that is in the digital space. And it's still very, very new. The biggest winners, the biggest companies, the biggest networkers haven't even positioned yet. A lot of them don't even know what's going on. So those that come into United One are way ahead of the curve. We're not quite early, we're right on time. Anybody coming in later than us, they're just going to be late. So we're entering at a really good time. So we're not selling any products. I'm not selling a crypto card. I'm not selling hardware. I'm helping you position yourself, and I'm giving you access and sharing the access to these tools. So once they have access, our job as a responsible sponsor is to help people get started with something simple. It has to be simple. People don't like pain. So let's take away all the pain and all the challenges. It's as simple as connect, activate, use, demonstrate to other people, share, and then grow, and then repeat and repeat, creating an onboarding process. So, and this is where the magic begins. So as your network grows and they start to use the system, your rewards will grow. And again, this is now the power. So many digital companies I've been with or I'm familiar with, they're usually just recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. They recruit, they're getting some kind of a token, and then they got to keep recruiting people in order to maintain an income. It's constantly a churn. It's people coming in and people leaving, people coming in and people leaving. There's no kind of a product or a system that now your team is in, your most valuable asset. Now you have an opportunity for everybody to monetize their activities. So this is how the rewards will flow back. So you're getting rewarded by first building your team, right? Those are the 5 ways to earn. And now as you built your team and people are activating Fatura, somebody's buying a fraction, more rewards will come back to you. 10% of any fraction they purchase goes back into the rewards engine. In the future, when people are activating their Unica Pay card, percentage of that will go back into the rewards mechanism. As people are using Monero, more going back to the rewards plan. And as more and more tools and products enter our ecosystem, it's going to be a two-tier system. I'm going to earn for building and promoting United One, and then I'm going to earn from people using the products and services within United One. So this is really the important part. This is how I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world. Is I saw people with teams of maybe 4 or 5 thousand people, but every month their team was using the products. So every month they were making significant commissions without necessarily having to constantly enroll new people. And I think that's a massive weakness in the current digital market. I've yet to see a product, unless they put you on a subscription that you have to pay every month just to make money in the future. Here, people are using the products. They're getting value from the services, right? So it's a completely different type of a system, and this is what's going to make us really, really unique. So two ways: building the network, you're earning commissions and rewards, and as your network is using the different strategies, you're earning rewards on their activity. So, and now, really important, we always have to answer the question, how do I make money? And this is what's really powerful and very sophisticated strategy in United One. Here's the different time horizons and how they all work together. So everybody loves immediate money. Everybody wants to say, hey, if I come in today, can you show me how I can make $500 in the next 24 hours? Yes. Good. That's very, very important. And so we've got three tiers. You got your short-term rewards, midterm rewards, and then we've got our long-term rewards. So again, we've got a plan for every single type of a reward system. So the short-time rewards, these are your direct activity. Immediate income, this is coming from building the network. Like they say, the direct bonus, the momentum bonus, immediately you got an opportunity, immediate USDT into your wallet. Now you've got your mid-range, you got your mid-level rewards, and these would be, coming in, maybe every week, every month, as my team is now activating. So my network is using the services and products. They're getting fractions, right? They're running the compensation plan, buying more fractions, and now I'm also getting those rewards. And then my long term, like I said, I love the 70-30 split. So I take that 30% of my immediate income and I'm putting it into fractions. So now I've got my long term. This is my 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, my retirement plan. This is my social security if I was in America, right? This is this is my set it, forget it. When I need it, I'll have a couple Bitcoin sitting there. So now this is what we can offer to the communities. This is what we can offer to networkers, how they can earn immediately, how they can continually, consistently earn month over month, and then how they can have a plan for years and years to come. Again, peace of mind for long term. Not a single company I've ever been with has the power of these three foundations, right? Everybody's got a comp plan. Great. That's usually where it ends. You sign somebody up, you get paid. And then you just got to constantly sign people up. And there's zero midterm and there's zero long-term, incentives. So again, this is ultimately where you're coming in. So it's much more than just a compensation plan. So with that being said, that is the rewards plan. And again, coupled with the promotion, how much time we have? Okay, perfect. Right under an hour. So, so really, really important to understand the rewards plan. And you can see how absolutely incredible the promotion is. Again, very simple. The packs are just loaded with value. And for our networkers that are building, it's never been easier to make some extra cash with the rank rewards. And now let's talk a little bit about some of the supporting tools. As I talked about Unica Pay, incredible. This is our daily use product, a daily use solution. Everybody needs a payment solution in this space. Everybody wants something simple, it's easy, accessible, convenient, it's familiar, and that's because we want people to use it every day. I use my debit card, my credit card every single day. So it needs to be something simple. People don't need to learn something new. And voila, they're in the digital space. So all of our members have that. And then Monera. So now we're having a layer of optimization. Now people can participate in digital finance in ways that they never could imagine. So people are hesitant to participate. Maybe there's some projects. Maybe I want to take some of my commissions and potentially invest in some other crypto projects or some tokens or some NFTs or maybe some stocks. Now it's a one-stop shop. I'm just going to my Monero. I'm doing it there. Whatever I'm making in Monero, again, I put on my Unica card, and now I can be able to spend it and utilize my profits. And it's all in one ecosystem. And this is what we're offering. So Monero, our optimization of AI, and then last but not least, this is our long-term wealth. This is an opportunity to earn, to accumulate BTC every day. So we just covered how you make USDT every day. Now, how do you make BTC every day? Very simple. How much BTC do you want? That's how many fractions you get. And this is real ownership. Again, I love it because it's more foundational, like a real product business. Like I mentioned, there's so many people going from the digital space and just whiplashing back to the product space because it's more foundational. It's more sustainable. It is real. It's real value to the market. It's not promises and roadmaps. So this is what I love. We have a real product. You're buying hardware, right? And now hardware just happens to make the most valuable and lucrative digital asset in human history, Bitcoin. So you got the real ownership, and it matters because it's all about positioning yourself as an owner. If you don't own it, it's not yours. And versus promoting it, again, now you've got the peace of mind and security. Again, we're going into the infrastructure and systems. Again, it's not the hottest and the hypiest. That's not what wins. It's sustainability and foundation. Hype always loses. So whenever I hear something with a lot of hype, I'm very, very skeptical. So it's time to get real, time to get professional, and a great opportunity. So with that being said, we are right on time, right under an hour. So that's a little bit about our Super Tuesday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, maybe learned something. Hopefully my ultimate objective was to show how absolutely simple it is. It's very simple, it's very accessible, but on the back end, the United One system is doing some immensely complicated things. So I'm really, really excited. Now is the opportunity. The promotion is live. We're going to be talking about it all month long. We want to see tons of new members coming in. We want to see tons of people starting to get their Bitcoin, starting to utilize Monero, getting the testimonials of people using their Unica card, traveling, whatever you're doing, enjoying your life. And then we want to see tons and tons of rank advancements, new people, maybe have never done network marketing, getting their first rank, or we got our big networkers hitting those huge checks. This is going to be the power. So this is now time to accelerate. We're moving from startup, but we're moving now into acceleration and scale. So with that being said, thank you all so much for taking some of your time. And we'll be back next Monday with more announcements. We got a lot of great things coming out. And then we're back next Tuesday as we dive a little bit deeper into the different products and strategies. And we're excited for next week. So that being said, thanks for hanging out with this Super Tuesday. Thank you so much to our incredible team. And we'll be back next Monday. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night.